Hi everybody, you all know who I am. Just got something in the mail. It's the cold control kit, and I'm going to be showing you what I'm going to be doing to calibrate it. It's basically a switch that's dependent upon temperature, and it's adjustable to what temperature you want the circuit to either open or close at. So here it is. This is a cold control kit. On the back there's two leads that come out of here. I've got it connected to my multimeter, and I'm doing what's called a continuity test. Basically, this is the part right here that senses the temperature. All this in here. I'm probably going to be sticking all of this inside the cooler. This right here is set to off right now. Whenever I turn it slightly, that's my multimeter telling me that there's continuity going through there. So the circuit is closed. I'm going to shut it up. I'm just going to set this straight to ohms to see how many ohms it should put out. It shouldn't put out hardly any at all, so I'm going to test it. And I'm going... Right now it says 1. That doesn't really mean 1. What that really means is infinite. Like right now, since the circuit's completely open, there's infinite resistance and zero conductivity. So whenever I open it, it tells me there's 0.4 ohms going through it, which is almost nothing. And that's fucking awesome. Now, to calibrate this, to figure out where I need to turn this dial to the right setting, I'm going to actually throw the entire unit into the refrigerator. And wherever, because I want the water to be about refrigerator temperature, about 40 degrees or somewhere around there. And I'll test it in the refrigerator to see where I need to turn the dial to make it open or close. And I'm going to let it sit in there for about 10 minutes, and I'm going to show you that footage too. Hello everyone, this is my little cold control unit. I have it taped to the outside of the fridge here because it's going to be on the outside of my cooler. And I've got the little probe. Now, let me see if I can... That's the little probe that I have going into it. It is nothing more than just a tube of aluminum with... It's got some gas in it that contracts whenever the ambient air around it is cold enough. And this thing is a switch that depends on temperature. It's adjustable as to what temperature it switches around to. For example, this is the little control knob that I have on it, and this is about how many ohms of resistance is going through it. It's pretty low. It's about 0.7 ohms. Now, whenever I lower the little knob on it, I'm still lowering it, and eventually you're going to hear it click like that, and now I have infinite resistance. I know it says 1, that means it's infinite resistance on this multimeter. So basically the circuit is completely open, and the cooler would be turned off at this point because it's cold enough. If I turn it back up here, you'll hear it click again at some point. There it is. And we've got some current going through it now. So I know about where I need the knob to be if I want it to work well in my cooler. I'm calibrating it in my refrigerator. Watch how sensitive this probe is. Just watch how sensitive this is. I'm going to literally just open the fridge door for a little bit. And at some point, there it goes. just from me opening the door of the cooler of the refrigerator a little bit, it got warm enough that fast that it was able to sense that it needed to turn on the cooler, which is pretty damn cool. And that's my cold control kit. Hello everybody, I went to Lowe's today and I got something, just a few things to hold this whole unit together. You might have noticed that in my earlier video I was using 8 AAA batteries to produce 12 volts. Well, now I have 2 6-volt batteries put into series, and whenever I'm done with these 6-volt batteries, I'll show you something very interesting that you can do with 6-volt batteries that absolutely everybody in the world uses, but they don't know they can get it from these 6-volt batteries. And once again, just plug it in. Fuck. There we go. Had a little bit of a short circuit problem there. I'll make sure to fix that later. And there goes my little motor. This, I'm going to disconnect this to show you what I did here. You might recognize that little motor there. This is my big heat sink. I'm going to be using this on the top of my whole unit. Isn't that pretty? Sure shit is, man. This right here is my cold heat sink. I'm going to be putting that on the bottom, so it'll look something like this. Now, between these two heat sinks, right up in here, is where I'm going to put the Peltier units. I'm going to try using 1 first, then I'm going to use 4. To see what the difference is, as I showed you a while ago in my other video. And that's all I got for today. Have a good one.